The camera pans across a lavish restaurant. Crystal chandeliers glistening, violins playing softly, waiters gliding between tables like dancers. At the center, a man in his 40s sits alone. Tailored suit, gold watch, yet his eyes seem tired. That man is Ethan Cole, a billionaire known for building an empire from scratch. But tonight, he's not signing another deal. He's about to end one. In front of him lies a contract worth billions, and a lawyer beside him whispers, "Just sign, Mr. Cole, and you'll finally be free." As his pen hovers over the paper, a soft voice interrupts. Trembling, gentle, almost desperate. "Sir, don't sign that." He turns. It's a waitress, eyes wide with fear, her hands shaking as she holds a tray. "Excuse me," he mutters, startled. "Please, just don't sign that." "Not yet." The room falls silent. Every eye in the restaurant turns toward them. The billionaire blinks, confused. He doesn't know it yet. But those 4 words from a complete stranger are about to change his entire life. Ethan Cole had everything. Money, reputation, power. Yet no one really saw him anymore. His wife had left 2 years ago, saying she was tired of being married to a ghost. His board wanted him gone. Masked behind smiles and good business decisions. And tonight's dinner was supposed to be the final act. Signing away the last company he had built with his late father. He looked at the papers again, his lawyer nodding beside him. "Once you sign, the transition is complete. You'll walk away richer than ever," the lawyer assured. But Ethan didn't feel rich, he felt empty. Then came that voice again, soft, trembling. "Please, sir. Don't sign it." He turned to the waitress. A young woman in her 20s, wearing a slightly worn uniform. Her name tag read Mia. Her eyes weren't bold, they were worried. "Do you know what this is?" Ethan asked, forcing a smile. "No, sir," she said, shaking her head. "But I heard your lawyer talking on the phone earlier. He said something about changing numbers. It didn't sound right." The lawyer's face drained of color. "She's mistaken. Let's proceed." But Ethan's instincts kicked in. The same instincts that had once built his empire. He stood up slowly, scanning the room. "Maya," he said. "Tell me exactly what you heard." She hesitated, eyes darting between the lawyer and Ethan. He said, "Once he signs tonight, transfer the rest to the offshore account." "I didn't mean to overhear, but..." Before she could finish, the lawyer snapped. "This is absurd! She's just a waitress." But Ethan wasn't listening. He took the papers, flipped through them carefully, and there it was. A hidden clause, buried in fine print, transferring company control and assets to a temporary trust, secretly owned by the lawyer's partner. His hand clenched. "Security," the lawyer stammered. "Remove her. Touch her, and you'll regret it," Ethan said coldly. He turned to Mia, truly looking at her now. "You may have just saved me from losing everything." The restaurant buzzed with whispers. Maya stood frozen, unsure whether she'd done the right thing or just ruined her life. Ethan dismissed the lawyer and stormed out, motioning Mia to follow. Outside, under the glow of city lights, he asked quietly, "Why did you speak up? You could have ignored it." But tears welled in her eyes. "Because my dad once trusted the wrong people too. He lost everything. I couldn't just watch it happen again." For the first time in years, Ethan felt something stir inside. Gratitude and respect. "Come to my office tomorrow," he said. "I owe you more than a thank you." As he drove away that night, he didn't know what was more shocking. That a waitress had saved his fortune. Or that she'd reminded him what honesty truly looked like. The next morning, the news spread like wildfire. Billionaire exposes legal betrayal. Waitress becomes unexpected hero. Reporters swarmed his company headquarters, but Ethan ignored them. He had only one person he wanted to see. Mia. She walked into his office, nervous, clutching a small purse. "You really came," he said with a smile. "I wasn't sure if you meant it," she admitted. He gestured for her to sit. "You saved me." "How do you thank someone for that?" "You don't need to," she said softly. "Just be careful who you trust." But Ethan wasn't done. He had spent all night thinking, not about revenge, but about purpose. He discovered Mia worked 2 jobs. supporting her younger brother who had a disability. Her dreams of studying business had faded after her father's death. She was barely surviving. Yet she still had the courage to speak the truth to a billionaire. So, Ethan made her an offer that left her speechless. "I want you to work for me," he said. "Not as a waitress. As my assistant. Learn everything you can. I'll pay for your education. You've got instincts I can't teach." Her eyes widened. "You can't be serious." "I am," he replied. "You saved my empire. Let me help you build yours." Months passed. Mia became more than just an employee. She became Ethan's most trusted confidante. The two rebuilt the company with new values: integrity, transparency, and compassion. But it wasn't just business that changed. Ethan's outlook on life softened. He began visiting shelters, mentoring young entrepreneurs, even reconnecting with his estranged wife. Not to reignite love, but to finally apologize for his arrogance. And through it all, Mia remained humble, still visiting her brother daily, still wearing that quiet smile that had once stopped a billionaire from making the biggest mistake of his life. 1 year later, Ethan hosted a charity dinner. This time not to sign contracts but to sign donations. The waitress who once whispered, "Don't sign that," now stood beside him, dressed in a sleek gown, co-hosting the event as Maya Reynolds, Director of Ethical Initiatives. As the cameras flashed, Ethan raised his glass. "Sometimes," he said, his voice steady, "the greatest business advice doesn't come from a boardroom. It comes from a heart that dares to speak up." Mia smiled, her eyes glistening. And in that moment, the billionaire and the waitress shared something money could never buy. Trust, respect, and the power of doing what's right. Listen to the whispers of truth. They might just save everything you're about to lose.